G'day guys, welcome back. Dribble animations between 6.5 and 6.9. Let's go. Starting off with the pass style. Now I've only got 85 pass on this build. If you can get it, Tyrese and Rondo are the best pass styles in the game. But at 77 overall, De'Aaron Fox is legitimately good. If you don't have 77 pass, goddamn try and get it because it is great. If you've watched a lot of my videos, I do a lot of bounce passes. De'Aaron Fox has magnificent bounce passes. The other one that has good bounce passes is Trae Young. You need an 80 rating for that. So, look, I would say it's not actually as good or as crisp overall as De'Aaron Fox. So even if you've got an 80 rating, personally, I think I would rock with De'Aaron Fox. But Trae Young does have some pretty good moving pass animations, like that little one there behind the back. He's just got a bit more, probably more of a balanced package, but I like De'Aaron Fox over Trae Young. For your bigs, that's the only reason you would use Magic Johnson. If you watch these animations, these load up in the half-court chest passes are just awful. There's like a whole 2-second load up for some of these passes. The only reason you would ever rock Magic Johnson is for the fast breaks, the outlets. You'll see them in a second. He doesn't even look that, he just yeets. So they can be really quick and really effective. He's the only player that has any different pass styles on the outlets. So if you're purely a rebound outlet throwing big, sure, but other than that, don't touch Magic Johnson. LeBron James, 85 overall, 85 pass accuracy. It is actually a really good, well-rounded package. I just don't think it's as good as the other couple that I'm going to mention overall. But yeah, it's not a bad package. He doesn't have too many big load-ups. The passes are relatively quick, so it's not a bad set. Cade Cunningham was really, really nice. He's got some really good passes right throughout all of his animations. I would say that he has one or two that are a bit slow and you get quite a hang on them. But Cade is a really good option for those who've got 85 pass accuracy. Jimmy, on the other hand, Jimmy has just a really good, clean, crisp set the whole way through. Really impressed with Jimmy's passes. Highly recommend it for an 85 pass accuracy. Again, if you can get your pass accuracy high enough to get Tyrese Halliburton and Rondo, they are definitely the two best pass styles in the game. But 77 or below, you definitely want to go with, well, matter of fact, anything below 85, you want to go with De'Aaron Fox. Otherwise, you can go Cade or Jimmy or potentially LeBron, depending on what your preference is. Magic Johnson, if you want to throw outlets only, but heaven forbid you try and pass it in the front court, you're going to get stolen every time. Alright, moving on to dribble style. If you're not rocking Zach LaVine, I don't know. It's basically the best dribble style in the game. Gives you the cleanest speed burst, and you can do it out of both hands without basically out of any move. If you're a big, you could try Kevin Durant. He's got a really nice cross burst. There you go, that there. But you know, let's be real. You're not here for this video if you're going to use the Kevin Durant. SGA, he's got a really good cross burst. In fact, probably the best cross burst in the game, I would imagine. It's not bad going to the ball side as well. It's a good dribble style. I don't think it's as good as Zach, but it is very, very good. Realistically, there's just no point in putting anything else on than Zach at the moment. If they patch it, maybe SGA. The Scoot Henderson one doesn't look very good, so stick with Zach for now. Size ups, I don't really use the size up too much, to be honest, because I'm not a spammer, but T-Mac is the best size up in the game for a 6'9" and under build. There's a couple of other good ones. Jordan Poole is not too bad. He's got some pretty good animations all around, to be honest, for that 80 ball handle. So Jordan Poole, if you've only got an 80 ball handle, is quite good. T-Mac's the winner. Jimmy Butler's actually surprisingly good as well for just a 70 ball handle rating. You can see it's quite quick, and he does do a little bit of shiftiness with his feet, so you get a little bit of lateral movement. And another one that's quite unique is Lonzo, just that behind the back. I've used that a little bit. I've never had the ball stolen, but realistically, I would probably go with Jordan Poole or T-Mac if you've got an 85. Moving on to breakdown combos. Now that is going to be one of the big animations that we talk about in this game. A lot of people, in fact just about all the dribble cheeses, are using Devin Booker. They're using the Jimmy Butler escape and then just hitting the Devin Booker breakdown combo. I use Zach LaVine, A, because I don't like to dribble the same as everybody else. It just does my head in that 95% of the community plays the exact same way. So I actually use Jason Tatum. Jordan Poole's also another really good one as well, just if you want to be a little bit different, but I find that he dribbles a little bit straight into the defender. Stephen Marbury's quite shifty and fun, but again, he doesn't go anywhere. He's just dribbling on the spot, so it doesn't create any separation. Zach LaVine can be a good one, but that little bam 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 beforehand, once you've done that a couple of times, the defender knows it's coming, so they cut it off. And as I said before, all the dribble cheeses just use this. They side to side with Jimmy Butler escape and then hit that to try and burst in front of the defender and grab. It's yuck. It's fine. I'm not knocking the animation. I just think the play style, everyone playing the same, is gross. So I use Jason Tatum. Escape moves, there's quite a few you can choose from here. This is what I was referring to before with the Jimmy Butler cheese. You can literally hold R2 and then you can just do the crossover over and over again, and just spam it back and forward until you're in front of the defender. His escape combo cross and his Hezi combo cross, his Hezi escape combo, they're not great, to be honest. So if you're going to use Jimmy, you're just going to spam back and forward the turbo cross over and over again. But like I said, have some pride. Don't play like everybody else. Find a different way to beat your opponent instead of just doing the same thing every time. I mean, there's people that literally do that every single play behind a screen. It's disgusting. Paul George, similar to Jimmy Butler, but in my opinion a bit more well-rounded. You can still spam left and right with the turbo cross and just essentially crab your defender or wait for them to get caught on the screen if you like playing cheesy, which is ugh. But he's also got a really good combo escape. He also has a good escape, Hezi escape combo. So Paul George is a lot better than Jimmy Butler if you want to still cheese a little bit but have a bit more variety in your game. Let me see. Devin Booker. Now, Devin Booker is actually a slept-on one, if you ask me. His turbo cross is not that quick. You can see it's quite slow compared to Jimmy and Paul. But what Devin does is it's really good to shoot a mid-range pull-up or a step back out of, because it automatically creates a moving shot. So if you are sneaky in your mid-range, you can essentially shoot straight out of the escape. He also has a really good crossover combo escape, but this is what I'm talking about, where you hit the straight up escape and then shoot a step back or something out of it. It can get quite glitchy. You can see that little turbo boost that you get out of it. Very different. So yeah, it's not one of the ones that anybody really uses, but again, if you're a mid-range maestro, you're out here with a 99 mid-range or something, or even just a 90 plus mid-range, and you want to get in and shoot in front of your defender, I definitely recommend Devin Booker. However, the one that I use, my favourite escape move in the game, is SGA. Now, his turbo cross is actually pretty terrible. It's very slow. It does give you a little bit of space away from your defender. His turbo tween is different, very unusual. It's very hard to get used to, I will admit. But his escape cross and his escape Hezi combo are brilliant. If you go to ball hand and then back to the offhand, you get a extremely good turbo boost out of that. And I'll use that as my main kill move, to be honest. I will set it up with a lot of other things and then you finish them off with that SGA, what is it called? Escape Hezi combo. Later on in the video, you'll see the actual dribbles in action. Combo moves, I'll just go through the various animations here. There's a few that you can use. Zach LaVine's okay. They've all got their own different style. I would say that these all do too much, if you ask me. It's just not that it's not necessary for me. When I'm coming up the court, I just want to create a quick misdirection and scoot off in the other way. So my personal favourite is actually none of these. It's not LeBron, it's not Kevin Durant. The one that I tend to use is actually Pro. It's got a really good simple bang bang in both directions. So there's no mucking around, there's no tell. I think it's just a good clean animation to use. Crossover. There's really two that you can use, well, three. Have a look at Lonzo Ball. Everyone knows about Lonzo Ball and talks about the Lonzo Ball push cross. Compare that to Cole Anthony. It's the same animation, exactly the same cross animation. The only difference is Lonzo has a little stutter step, just that right at the start of the animation, a little dit with his feet, and then he does the cross. And I think that little dit is what pushes you in front of your defender. So the Lonzo cross is the main one. The other one is the LeBron James. If you like getting downhill and you like changing direction, LeBron James is fantastic, and I'll show you how this works. So basically you're just pushing towards the rim and then you flick the right stick to the offhand, and you'll notice that it's a really good clean cross. You can go back and forward with it, so you can go left and then right. So as you're going to the rim, that can really cause some headaches for your defender, especially if they're backing up. You can just make nightmares. I will show you what that looks like with the Lonzo cross. Now, it's not as good going downhill. So LeBron James, if you want to be like Giannis and you want to get downhill, change direction and then yam it, definitely LeBron James. The Lonzo one is better if you're standstill dribbling. It gives you that little turbo boost forward before it does the cross. So coming downhill, it's a bit janky and it's not as clean. It doesn't change direction as much, and it's much harder to chain back to back. So personally, I don't think Lonzo is good if you're coming downhill with the ball. LeBron is much better. Behind the back, there's really there's quite a few you can use actually. The new one for Season 4 is Kawhi, and I'm not going to lie, I loved Kawhi last year and I'm going to use it again now. Scottie Pippen is a fan favourite for getting to the rim. His other two animations are okay, but you'll see the third animation, this one, that little turbo boost, really good if you want to attack the rim. DeMar DeRozan's is just a really good all-round package. It's got a good standstill, it's got a good explosive, and it has a good moving behind the back as well. So there, it's just a good all-round behind the back, to be honest. As I mentioned, Kawhi Leonard he's got a fantastic standing behind the back. His explosive behind the back is awful, and his moving behind the back is okay. Now this is Kobe White, and you'll see just how quick this Kobe White behind the back is and how much space it creates. It is legitimately lightning. The only downside is you can't chain it together quite as well, especially not as well as you can with the Kawhi one. So this is me basically just doing the behind the back and then into that escape hezi cross combo of SGAs. And those two moves work beautifully together because one force really fast in one direction and then one really fast in the opposite direction. But as I said, it doesn't chain together. You can't just go behind the back, behind the back, behind the back, behind the back. It's not as smooth or as clean as Kawhi, which you'll see in a minute. But it does have a good explosive behind the back, and it does have a good movement behind the back. So Cody White is my personal preference until Season 4 came out, and now I'm using Kawhi Leonard. And the standing behind the back is legitimately good. Again, just dribbling a little bit, setting it up. Hit them with the behind the back, behind the back, behind the back, behind the back. Like, you can chain that together and spam it back and forward if you want. Not only does it give you lateral space, it also gives you space away from your defender as well. You can speed boost out of it in any direction. You can use it as a setup or a size up move, and it can also be a kill move. So the Kawhi Leonard behind the back, standing behind the back, is legitimately great. His explosive behind the back that you see there is slow and cumbersome and is likely to get pinched. And his moving behind the back is okay. Like, that's no Scotty. I'm going to be using the Kawhi Leonard moving forward. That is definitely the best behind the back. Again, you can shoot off it or you can get downhill with it. So it's just a great behind the back. Spins I don't really use that much, to be honest. I was using Steve Nash. Season 4 has brought out Jimmy Butler, which looks okay. But with my spins, I don't want a spin that just goes straight on the spot, 12 to 6, so to speak. And I noticed Terry Rozier has the same sort of 45-degree angle going in both directions. So for consistency, I thought I'd stick with Terry Rozier, and then it doesn't matter what hand the ball's in, I know what I'm going to get. Hesitation, I was just mucking around with LaMelo. I don't actually run LaMelo. There's a few options you can choose from here again. Kevin Durant's actually pretty good for just a 70 ball handle. The standing Hezi is, really good, creates a lot of separation. Another one that is not too bad is Jason Tatum. That's actually the one that I was using fairly regularly, to be honest. And then recently I switched to, oh no, that's right, Cody White as well. It's not bad, but he does like a pound dribble before it, so it's a bit janky. But he has got this cool little moving Hezi animation, so something a bit different. But currently I've been using Rondo. We'll see what future seasons bring. Step back. Okay, you've got a few options here again too, depending on what rating you've got. If you do have an 85 ball handle, Devin Booker is undoubtedly the best. If you don't, Vince Carter can be quite good. The only downside is you get different animations. So you get a standing step back, and then you also get a weird one where it takes you like sideways. It's like a side step rather than a step back. So I actually like Pro over Vince Carter because every time you do it, you get the same step back animation. Whether it's standing or moving, it's that animation. So yeah, if you've only got a 70 ball handle, I would go Pro. The other one, which is a bit different, Tyrese. Now, you don't get any separation from your defender, but boy, can you speed boost out of it, and you can speed boost in any direction. So if you don't necessarily want to shoot off your step back, Tyrese can be great as a rim running move. It's also a really sort of built-in ankle breaking thing too, but most people shoot off the step back or use it to get separation from their defender so they can shoot if they want. So yeah, realistically, it's Pro, it's Vince Carter, or if you've got the rating of 85, then you're silly if you don't use Devin Booker. So all of that said, there's 4 moves. 1, the Jason Tatum breakdown. Hold R2, flick up on your stick. Move 2, the Booker step back. Still holding R2, we're flicking down on the right stick. Up, down, up, down. Simple as that. Chaining a couple of combos together. Move number 3, Kawhi's behind the back, holding R2 still, and we're just pushing or flicking the right stick down into the opposite side. Okay, very simple stuff. Up, down, down on an angle, up, down, down on an angle. It's very simple stuff here, you're not overcomplicating things. But it's about chaining them, so it's about doing them at the right time. You've got to interrupt each move at just the right time. And then you finish with that SGA Hezi escape combo, because that creates so much space from you and your defender. So realistically, you're flicking up, you're flicking down, you're flicking behind the back. You're doing an up, breakdown combo, step back, behind the back, and then you finish it with your kill move, which is the SGA Hezi escape combo. Here it is again. Setting the defender up, whether there's a screener or not, you're ISOing, it doesn't matter, you're just setting them up, waiting for them to lean one way or the other, and then you go in for the kill. So that's the secret to dribbling, is from 6'5 to 6'9. Those are, in my opinion, the best dribbling animations. And I know, as I've covered in the video, I know all the comp sweats and all the rest of it, they use the same scripted list of animations. Jimmy Butler escape, spam that side to side, hit them with the Devin Booker combo, and then you've crabbed them and you can shoot. Yeah, so if you don't want to dribble the same as everybody else, this video has shown you how you can absolutely kill by using animations that are different, that defenders aren't used to seeing, combinations that defenders aren't used to seeing. So point of difference, and yeah, still absolutely kill factor attached to it. If you want to know more, if you want to see more content, please let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one.